Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you in today's session. In the last video, we have discussed about the respiration and I'm very thankful that you all have watched and like that. So today in the continuation of that, we have to discuss about the respiratory system in human beings. Actually, in the last video, we have discussed about the cellular respiration. What is cellular respiration? Actually, the respiration consists or it performs in the three types. That is outer respiration, inner respiration and cellular respiration. Outer respiration, it is the just as the breathing, means intake of oxygen and exhale of the carbon dioxide. Next, the inner respiration, when the oxygen comes inside the body, it is absorbed inside the body cells. That is inner respiration. And the last one, the cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is the process, the oxygen that we have intake in form of with the help of our nostrils. It works on the or it is helpful in the breakdown of the glucose and release energy and carbon dioxide for our various life processes that we have discussed in the last video. Today we have to read about the outer respiration and the inner respiration. So what is outer respiration? Actually, outer respiration is also called as the breathing. Breathing means, what is breathing? Breathing is the simple physical process, means just to inhale of the oxygen gas and gives out the or exhale the. So for the breathing process, we have discussed that the oxygen enters and the CO2 exhaled. The organ that involves in the process of the breathing, that is our nostrils or the nose. Nostrils means the holes that is here, that is called as the nostrils, and then here the nasal cavity and then the nasal path, and then with the help of the windpipe, this oxygen gas enters into the organ that is specified for the breathing process, that is called as the lungs. So what are the lungs? Lungs are the specified organ that is placed in our chest cavity, and it is used for the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide gas. So we have to read about the mechanism of breathing, means how we inhale the oxygen, how we are able to inhale, and how do we exhale the carbon dioxide. So look here. In the figure 1, here it is the diagram of the inhalation. Here I have drawn the nose, the nasal cavity, nasal path, and here you are seeing the rings or the that is the rib cage. What is the rib cage? Rib cage is the framework of the bones that is placed in the chest cavity, and it encloses the very delicate organ lungs into it. Means this is the chest cavity, this is the rib cage, and inside the rib cage the lungs are situated. And beneath the rib cage, here is the muscular sheet that is called as the diaphragm. So how the oxygen enters? When we inhale the oxygen gas, inhale means when we inhale the oxygen gas, the oxygen or the air passes from our nostrils from the nasal path and nasal cavity. It enters with the help of the windpipe into the chest cavity. And how it enters inside the lungs? When we inhale, the rib cage, here are the muscles of the rib cage. The muscles of the rib cage get expanded. They expanded means they get contracted and then get moved upward. They outward or upward. And the diaphragm, the muscular sheath, it moves inwards, means it get contracted to the below side. Means when we have to open the cage, what we do? We just push the door of the cage upside and the space get wider. So the simple formula is here. When we inhale the oxygen gas, the muscles of the rib cage move outwards and the diaphragm get downwards, and in the chest cavity the space get wider and the air enters into the lungs and lungs get swelled. This is the complete process of inhalation. When the oxygen inside enters into it, it gets absorbed inside the cells, and when the process of the respiration gets completed, the CO2 gas is expelled. So how the CO2 get expelled? When the CO2 has to be expelled out or the exhaled out from the body, the rib cage, the muscles of the rib cage get relaxed and they get move inwards. They move inwards and the diaphragm moves upwards. Diaphragm get upward and the rib cage, the muscles of the rib cage moves inwards. And then what happens? The space that was the wider into the chest cavity, it get contracted and the CO2 is expelled out from the nostrils. This is the process of exhalation. So this is the process of inhalation and this is the process of exhalation. The rib cage moves outward, the diaphragm or the muscular sheath moves downward, inwards or the downwards, and the space get wider and the lungs get swelled due to the filling of the oxygen gas. And in the process of exhalation, the muscles of the rib cage moves inward and the diaphragm moves upward, and the chest cavity get contracted and the CO2 is expelled out from the nostril. Now, we have to discuss about the human respiratory system. As we have discussed in the last topic, inhalation and exhalation, I told you that there is the lungs or the organ that are used for the absorption of the oxygen and exhalation of the carbon dioxide. So it is the complete system of the respiration, that how the oxygen enters and the CO2 is expelled. As we have discussed in the previous videos that about the digestive system, that in our body for all the different vital activities there is a perfect system. Most of two or more organs are associated in a definite form to perform that particular function. So just like as that digestive system, there is the complete system for the respiration. Also this is called as the respiratory system. And this respiratory system consists of the different organs like as nose, nostrils, the pharynx, trachea, bronchus, bronchioles and alveoli. Here are the different organs. Nose, nostrils, windpipe or the trachea, the pharynx, the windpipe or the trachea, the bronchus, the lungs and the bronchioles and alveoli. Now look how the functions performs. As we inhale the air, we inhale the air with the help of our nose. So in the figure you are looking that I have drawn here the nose and here the nostrils. What are the nostrils? Nostrils are the small holes in our nose. And here is the bony palate and here is the mouth cavity. We have the mouth, nose and mouth. And mouth and nose both are get differentiated with each other with a bony palate, a bone like a structure. It differentiated into with each other. But inside means when in the nose, at the back side there is the nasal path or nasal cavity, and then it enters into the windpipe. And before entering into the windpipe, there is a common passage or the common place for the buccal cavity and for the nasal cavity. That is called as the pharynx. That is called as pharynx. And after pharynx, coming to the air, after coming to the pharynx, Then it enters into the trachea, and upside of the trachea, here I have drawn larynx. What is larynx? Larynx is the voice box. It is placed in the neck, and after that it enters into the trachea. Trachea is also called as the windpipe, and it is formed or lined with the very sophisticated rings of cartilage. So that what is the use of the rings of cartilage? It means it doesn't get dried up or doesn't get collapsed when the air is not present here. For the collapsion of that, for the to avoid of the collapsion, the rings of cartilages are present inside the trachea. Then trachea is bifurcated just like as the branches. Two branches here, that is called as the bronchus, and it single is bronchus, and then it is called as the bronchi. And then after, with each of the bronchus, two very delicate, porous and sophisticated organ called as lungs are attached with these. These lungs are lined with a number of blood capillaries inside it. How the blood capillaries I am saying? Means this trachea, when enters into the lungs, it get bifurcated into the numerous branches. That is called as the bronchiole. Means just like we have read into the adventitious root, means there was a single root and then it get differentiated into the number of the roots, primary, secondary, tertiary. Same here, the trachea, this bronchus, when enters into the lungs, it get differentiated into the numerous branches like structures, and this is called as the bronchiole. And here in the bronchioles, the number of blood capillaries are situated, and at the end of the bronchioles there are air sacs. These are the air sacs. Means these air sacs are enclosed with blood capillaries. In the air sacs, most of the blood capillaries are enclosed here, and these are the sites of exchange of gases. Means the oxygen enters into it, these alveoli, and when it get absorbed with the help of the blood capillaries, means the oxygen is absorbed by the blood, then it enters into the it goes into that cells where the process of the respiration takes place. Means where the complete breakdown of the glucose is needed, and when all the breakdown of the glucose is over and the CO2 is released, the energy is released, and that CO2 that we have used in the in respiration, means that was evolved in the respiration, it again mixed up into our blood and then comes into the lungs. We will read this topic in the circulatory system. But here we have to read about the respiratory system. Means this is the nose, this is nostril, this is bony palate, this is nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, this is trachea, this is the bronchus, and lungs. Lungs are enclosed with the numerous bronchioles, and the end of the bronchioles are enclosed with the number of air sacs called as the alveoli, and alveoli are the sites of the exchange of gases. Means they here oxygen enters and the CO2 get expelled out. So this is the complete respiratory system of human beings. Thank you.